All right, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing? I hope you guys had a good day. Pretty good day overall here too. I think we hit every trade that we touched this week so far. What's up, Gogan? How you doing? Let's just get straight into it. Obviously, big level here at 378.46. If you're going on SPY, if you're going on SPX, it's 3,800. Clear rejection today. I have that line from, it's a weekly level actually. It's all the way from back in December of 2020, 378.46. It matches up with the SPX 3,800. And that is where we stop today. So big rejection off SPX 3,800. We're still in an overall downtrend, but there has been some nice little green days lately. What's up, Andrew? The bulls are showing a little bit of more of a fight. We closed yesterday than we closed today, but it was very impressive how we gapped down and came back. So SPY had a gap to fill down to 369.38, and we did not fill that gap today, unfortunately. Maybe overnight we did, but during the day we did not. And yeah, it looks like we filled it overnight. Yeah, okay. So we filled it this morning before market opened, so that's great. We did fill the gap to the downside, and now we're moving up again. Everything looks fine technically, in my opinion, for bulls. There was a little bit of a sell-off there at the end here, but what I really wanted to see was I want to see SPX hold the 200-day moving average on the hourly, which it did. So I'll show you right here. Wait, was this it? This is the wrong chart. So SPX USD. Sorry guys, there was a little bit of a rush at the end of the day there. So 1 hour chart, we got the 200-day moving average. This SPX USD is the cash index. It runs 24/7. I think it's more accurate than the regular one, so I use this one. And we did close the last candle at 4 o'clock above the 200-day moving average. So that's what I wanted to see. That's what I got. Looks like a little bull flag. We did get a little hot on the RSI there. Just flagging out, we're cooling off a little bit here before we start our next leg up, in my opinion. Let's see. What's up, Ricky? We do need to get through this 3770 and 3800 for any more upside. If we do not claim those by the end of the week this week, I think we're going right back down to the 3600s. Other than that, VIX, we want it to stay under 30. We did get under 30 yesterday briefly, and then right at the end of the day, they took it right back above. Today, we stayed under for pretty much the whole day, so that's a good sign. Now, the next level on VIX is this 28.89 to 28.67. If that breaks, then we can have a bigger rally. If they hold this support now on VIX, the market should pull back a little bit because VIX will bounce back to the 30s. So let's see what happens with the VIX tomorrow. Also, keep an eye. 30 is a key level, guys. It's a pretty big level. And I pointed out yesterday, it's been working out so far. GGPI, we called this one out yesterday. This is a SPAC usually. I haven't bought a SPAC in a long time, but GGPI, their cars are electric vehicles. They're Polestar, and I've seen them in Europe, and they're very nice cars. And I do think they have a future. Doesn't mean I want to invest in them. It was just a quick trade. We have the merger news this week, so I thought we would get a little bit of buying, some catalyst. And that's exactly what we got. Bought yesterday at 990 on a quick intraday dip here, right here. And I got filled at 990 even though it went down to 970. I had a limit order in. And we got filled, went kind of sideways. And then today just completely tore up. It went up, I think, 10% today. Yeah, it was up almost 12% today. Touched the 200-day moving average. I sold at 1099. So I had 1,000 shares. I sold 900 of them. So 90% of my position is gone. Whatever happens to the last 100, I don't really care. It's just runners at this point. I'll put a stop in under 10 or something tomorrow, and I'll just leave them there. Like, that's how I play my long-term accounts. Other than that, the reason I put it at 1099 and never a full number. I've taught you guys this. I never use stops at full numbers. I never use buy orders at full numbers. I always give it a couple pennies up and down because market makers know those psychological levels. If my buy order was sell order today was at $11, for example, I wouldn't have got filled. Only the bid got to $11. I doubt they would have filled my sell at $11, and I would have missed out on a lot of gains. If this thing comes down, I would have been pissed. That's why my sell order was at $10.99. The bid got to $10.99, filled me, and then it came right back down. I was literally top pick this one. You cannot sell it better than that. So again, if you're putting in buys and sells, try to avoid full numbers. Try to use pennies. 1 penny, 2 penny. You might think it's a small thing. It's not. It's a big deal. It's the difference between getting filled and getting stuck in a position sometimes. What's up, Gravesh? How you doing, bro? Welcome back. Here's Para. So Yash knows Para better than anyone. He called out these calls yesterday, $26 calls for 40 cents, I believe. I jumped in them today at 28. I think I got filled. The reason being is, first of all, it is an ugly chart. I'm not going to lie to you. Everything's bearish on this chart. Bear cross on the 1350. We got a big pull down. We're near the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, but the Bollinger Band has expanded now, so it gives more downside room here. The reason I jumped in is because Yash knows the stock better than anyone. It does look like kind of like a daily bottoming pattern here on Para. If you guys just draw a little trend line here, to even draw it more if you take off the extended hours there. So it does look like a bear flag, definitely, but if it does hold here, there's a potential of a good bounce here. There's a lot of room between these two volume shelves here, between 2470 and 2524-ish. So if we do get over this 2470-ish level, this red line even you could use, which is the biggest volume, if we get over there, I think it's a quick run up to 2522, in which case our calls will be up like 50, probably 100% if we get that tomorrow. So that's what I'm watching for. Plus all these moving averages are getting really, really tight, and we need a move in one direction sooner or later. So if we get that move to the upside, I think it'll be an explosive move and these calls can pay big. Google, I'm still chilling in it. Not really worried about this one at all. I know you guys ask me about it every single day, at least 6 times a day, but it's Google. It has a catalyst. It's the best company in the world, in my opinion. And it just put in a higher low. So we put in a low here back in May. Market went and made new lows. Google made a higher low. So that's what I like to see. Put in a low, put in a lower high, put in a higher low. Now do we put in a higher high compared to 2386? So anything over 2387 on Google is now starting to change the trend, meaning higher low and higher high. So that's what we want to see for the bulls to take back control of this trend here on Google. Other than that, it looks great. It's strong on every strong market day. It's been running more than the market. It has filled one gap only. There's another gap all the way to 2295, sorry. So there's another 70 points up from here just to fill the second gap. And then other than that, we have the 50-day moving average, which is obviously coming down now, but it's at 2316. So we do have some upside here. We did close below the 21-day, which is concerning. But if we get through that and close through that tomorrow, I think we go straight shot to the 50-day, which is 2316. Walmart, I'm looking to get back into this one. It does look like a bottoming pattern as well. Right now, it keeps getting rejected by that daily cloud you guys see there. But other than that, there's strong support at 118.50, and it's just been bouncing off that level ever since. And right now, it is trying to change the trend, just like Google. What I mean by that is we're trying to put in a low here. So we put in a low back here in June, a couple days ago actually. And now we are trying to put in a higher low, just like we did on Google. I'm just trying to time that higher low properly. You guys see this low? Higher low, and now that we have to take out higher high. So let's see where Walmart wants to put in that higher low, possibly tomorrow if it wants to continue up. And then we need a higher high with respect to 123.25. So that's what I'm watching on Walmart, waiting for the trend to change. And I will try to get back in those same contracts for the same price that we sold for 100% today. JPM looks fine. I mean, nothing special, nothing too crazy to get excited about. Basically on JPM, we have this weekly trend line from all these resistances. You guys see how many weeks we got stopped at that trend line. Finally broke through it May 23rd, huge, a 12% week on a bank, and we gave it all back in 2 weeks. And when we did, we back tested, broke through it, and now we reclaimed it right now. So we're sitting just on top of that trend line there. If you guys look at an 8-hour chart, we're sitting just on top of that weekly trend line. All I want to do is hold that trend line, and as long as it holds above, it does have a good chance to rally quite a bit, in my opinion, just based on how beat up it is. Like the 8-hour is barely even up here, right? We've been oversold for so many days, so many weeks, and usually it doesn't stay down here. This is the 8-hour chart. Usually the RSI does not stay down here that long. You guys see back here, every time it spikes oversold, it usually gets a big bounce. So I'm playing it based on that. As long as we stay over the trend line, I'm confident in the play. We'll see what happens. And as you guys see, 30-minute chart as well, it's been holding. We opened below and immediately reclaimed that trend line, which is bullish for me. So let's see if the market can continue bouncing for a few more days at least. One play that I'm watching very, very closely is this TTD. What I want to see in this TTD was, obviously we've been weak in this, right? So I'm watching this wedge on the daily here. We have very clear support. I want to get in near the lower part of this wedge, which would be around 44.60s, 44.50s. I am bullish on this name. I do think we close the week above the 200-day moving average, which is sitting at 46.49 right now. It'll be different tomorrow, but Friday I think we close above 46.49, so I'm trying to get in as low as possible, maybe as close to this lower part of the wedge as possible, which would be around 44.60s, 44.60s, 44.50s, somewhere around there. I want $50 calls for July 18th OPEX. Other than that, I mean, I hope you guys had a good day. The SPX paid pretty much my whole day. Crushed. We had good plays on Walmart, 100%. JPM was up for quite a bit. I don't know where it closed. I didn't even check, to be honest. Google scaled some there. Para, I still have full position. And TTD I'm waiting for. Other than that, I'm still kind of bullish, leaning to the upside. A lot of stuff has happened. A lot of bears out there. A lot of people keep loading puts, and it just makes me more and more bullish right now. Let's see if we can take out that 3,800 before the end of the week. And if we do that, then next week, potentially, we can see over 3,900 even. So I hope you guys had a good day. Thank you for attending, and I'll see you tomorrow.